before. Sorry, guys. Okay, so with the vision, like I said, we're preparing the way for Jesus to come and to be able to encounter his children. So we're bringing Jesus to the people. And so one thing that Carlos had mentioned, I believe it was at our last ascend, and he was giving the announcements, is that he was explaining how perhaps many of us have invited people, right? Like it could be like coworkers, your like family members, or just even friends, right? Who you've invited multiple times, but they've just been like, oh, like no, I'll check it out, but they don't really like come. And so this is going to be a great event to be able to invite them, right? And so not only like are we doing this event right for people to be able to meet Jesus, right? And we're also preparing the way, but it's also going to be a beautiful event for people to just encounter him, right? For people who perhaps have had like come from a religious background or don't know who Jesus is. And so yeah, and so I also wanted to talk a little bit about as well what the Lord had placed in my heart a couple months ago regarding this event. Give me 1 second, sorry. And so the Lord had really um sorry, a couple months ago the Lord had placed in my heart that there is going to be a lot of people who are going to be coming to this event. I don't know if you guys know the story about um how do you guys say like el borde de su manto in English? Sorry. Like how would you guys say that?
The border of his robe? I don't know. Maybe. Yeah.
No, it's el borde de su manto. Do you guys I don't know how to translate it in English. Um
The helm of his robe.
is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so like basically like the Lord had placed this like the Lord had placed this in my heart that a lot of people that were gonna like come is that like they felt like a lot of like they felt like they could never really get close to the Lord. And so that this event was going to prepare and like open the way for them to actually know and encounter who Jesus really is, right? And so yeah, it's just something so beautiful that I know that the Lord is going to encounter his people, right? Through this event, right? And so I just encourage each and every one of us that as we are preparing for this, that you just pray and like dive in deeper and intercede for the souls that are going to come out, to this event. So if you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to please just like unmute yourself and like ask, or if you have any comments as well, like please don't hesitate. So for the next point, it's going to be regarding the location. And so as of right now, it's to be determined. We're still working on that. And if you guys perhaps have any other suggestions about where we could host this event, like please don't hesitate to reach out. But yeah. Next thing is going to be the Ascend outreach schedule. And so this is going to be all of us who are in the Zoom meeting, if we could all as well, like if you have any ideas of what you would like to incorporate for the schedule, what you would like to see in the schedule as well. Perhaps something that you've had the desire to want to see at a gathering or something. And so this is a time that where we could come together and be able to create a schedule, right? And we'll take it to our leaders as well. And so one suggestion I wanted to so we could get the ball rolling, I wanted to talk to you guys about perhaps if what do you guys think about if we have maybe like a couple of people during the event to give their testimony?
Love
I
it.
think that's a good idea.
Idea.
Yeah, well, so during for this schedule, I was thinking maybe we could create a document, have people sign up, or do you guys have somebody in mind? Like, how would you guys want to see that happen for the event?
I think it should be maybe a volunteer basis, like people who feel comfortable and ready to share their testimony.
Okay.
Just wondering, will there be some kind of theme for the testimony? Like, do you want us to focus on one specific thing or just general testimony?
Mm, honestly, I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, what are you guys thinking? You know, there could be a theme. There doesn't necessarily need to be one. I just want to get your guys' input as to, you know, what would you guys like to see for that night, you know? Because it's also like we're also through our testimonies, like people are gonna see, let's say people who don't know who Jesus, they're gonna also be hearing that as well, you know. So would you guys like there to be a particular theme? I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think maybe a theme would be best, just so maybe we're all on the same page. Because there's a lot of different testimonies that we can all have, but I
Right.
think the most that like maybe new people can relate to is how our old life used to be,
Okay.
and then where we are now. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, just a thought. Thank you. Okay, sorry.
Anybody else?
I agree with Gabby S. I think that's who just spoke. With Gabby S. I think just like maybe like a 1 minute, or maybe not exactly like a minute, but like a minute and a few seconds, of like your life before Jesus and how it's
Okay.
different now. So like before and after, and maybe
Okay.
like in a minute or so kind of thing.
Okay. Okay. I'm just writing these down. Anybody else? What do you guys think about your having a couple of people, like some of these Sun volunteers, share the testimony, like they're like before Christ and like after Christ testimony and be like less than like 5 minutes.
I don't know if this would be possible at all, but I even think it would be a great idea if we want to have a moment for testimony that maybe we can ask maybe one or two um people from the older generation if they're willing to come be part of this, just for the sense of um testimonies of people from different walks of life, ages of life,
Mm-hmm.
because there's going to be all kinds of people that are going to be hearing this,
Right.
and testimonies are so powerful, but I think it leaves room for everybody, for like basically it leaves room for nobody to think, oh, this isn't applicable to me.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how possible it would be for that, like maybe even one person. It would be so powerful if somebody that's
Mm-hmm.
not in our age group to also share their testimony.
Yeah, I mean, even like as you bring that up, I think like also, I mean, we're just throwing out thoughts, you know. But another idea could be like maybe we could have like I like the having like one of the elders as well, but maybe we could also have like one of like the like high schoolers, right? You know, who have a testimony as well. Like maybe that could also be another possibility. But it's just a thought, you know. What do you guys think about that?
I
Or
love that.
also what Jen said, you know, what do you guys think?
I think both is it would be amazing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let me write these down. So are you guys on board with having a couple of people share their testimonies?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that'd be good.
Okay. Okay, let me just write this down. Um, oops. What other things would you guys like to see for the schedule? And like see throughout the night?
I think maybe we should do a game like a icebreaker, kind of like the what do we do, human bingo. I think that's always
Okay.
fun, the conversation starter.
Okay.
And it's a good way to talk to strangers without it seeming so like harsh or like,
Mm-hmm.
maybe that in the beginning. I don't know how structured we would want it to be because we do want people to kind of socialize too, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So that's the only thing.
Yeah, yeah. What do you guys think about having a connection game? You know, like what Gabby was saying.
I like the idea of a connection game, but we should do something that doesn't involve like paper.
Yeah.
Um, so maybe like not like human bingo per se, but like shouting out like, "Hey, find somebody that does this," and make it kind of like a fun competitive speed type of thing. And then whoever
Mhm.
finds that person runs to the front or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Something like simple, but fun as well. Okay, let me see. Would you guys like to incorporate a connection game? Maybe like one that could be played. I don't know, we could play like before service, like that. That's a good way to like be able to connect with people. But we'll also like, also have our connecting time, as well. Like we could like still connect with people, get to know people who are coming out and like get them connected, as well to our services and our church. What do you guys say? Or what do you guys think?
I think it would be a good idea, kind of like the picnic that we had, the church-wide picnic we had last year. I don't know if everybody was there, but there was like
Mm-hmm.
a time I feel like to eat and socialize. I don't know if we're doing food or whatever, but then
Mm-hmm.
after they had like a set time for like games, and that was like whoever wanted to play. And I feel
Okay,
like
okay.
it also gave a good like it was good entertainment for those who didn't want to play, but they still wanted to watch. I feel like that was a good way to make people feel connected. So I don't know how do you guys feel about like games in general?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Because I'm trying to think, what did they do? They did like an egg toss or balloon toss type of game.
Mm-hmm.
There was just like a lot of groups, and then we can even do like maybe age by age groups, like adults or young adults. I don't know, just a thought. But I remember that last year at the church wide picnic, it was a lot of fun because like a lot of people ended up playing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Um, what's it called? Another thing, I can't see the chat. Sorry, guys. So you're gonna have to like speak to me. So I did like someone said like having a testimony in Spanish. What do you guys what would your input be on that? What do you guys think if we were to have like a testimony in Spanish?
I think that'd be cool.
Okay.
I like that.
I like that, but we could also like if we are gonna have something in Spanish, if there would be someone willing and able to translate it for the non-Spanish speakers.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was also thinking. I like the idea. I don't know. Like, I mean, this is just a thought. Like, what about if we have like somebody who translates the service, or is that too much? Like, it would be like both Spanish and English.
I think that would make sense since it is an outreach to the public.
Yeah.
I
Anybody
think we should
else?
just I love the idea of bilingual, but it's a public thing. We don't want to exclude anybody if they don't speak Spanish or English. Because our church is
Mm-hmm.
primarily in English. We do
Mm-hmm.
have Spanish life group, but we're not completely a bilingual church. So I would
Mm-hmm.
try to refrain from trying to do a bilingual because then people are automatically gonna then that's leaving the French group speaking, and we have people that speak French at our church, and we have other communities at our church too. It's not just
Mm-hmm.
Spanish and English. So when you do specific languages, it's gonna make other people feel excluded. I'd
Mm-hmm.
rather if we do speak Spanish or if you speak French, if you see someone with that speak that language, we should personally approach them and say, hey, like it's okay, like I'll translate for you, like come on in, like just join us. You need translation, let me know, like we got you versus because what we're trying to do is a multicultural church, not just
Mm-hmm.
specific to languages. So
Right.
that's only my thing with it. I don't want to exclude any other ethnicities or languages as well.
Okay. Thank you, Kelly. Okay. Anybody else? Are there um any other event like not event, sorry, any other ideas you guys would also like to see? Like how would you guys want to like build a schedule? Like what would the night look like? Or what would you guys like for the night to look like?
Gabby, I'm just wondering, did
Mm-hmm.
you have like a specific vision when you had this idea in terms of because initially when we were talking about evangelism, I thought it was going to be like street evangelism style.
Mm-hmm.
But then now that I'm hearing the ideas that are, being brought up, it's like an actual, like the bonfire kind of program,
Mm-hmm.
but a bit more wide,
Mm-hmm.
like a wider perspective or like a wider set of people. But do you
Mm-hmm.
have like anything in mind that you thought of when you wanted to do it?
Uh, Regarding the schedule, no, not necessarily. So, I mean, I had like a couple ideas, but I mean, it was mainly like typically what we would do for Ascend. But like also, this is an outreach, like I think we should also like, whatever ideas we also have, like, let's put it on paper and like let's try to like build something out of it and like because I'd also like to see like new ideas like that you guys may have as well, like be incorporated into the schedule, or what you guys would also see in the want to see in the event. So, but no, not necessarily, if that answers your question. Yes, Kelly?
Sorry, I did that by accident.
Okay. Um, Anybody else?
I have a question.
Yes.
Hear me? Oh, okay. Would you want a time for like worship, like praise and worship and stuff too? Or
Yeah,
no?
well, exactly. I mean, like that's what we're doing, right? We're creating the schedule of what we'd want to see, right? But
Mhm.
yeah, worship for sure. How would you guys like to incorporate that? Would it be like after the testimonies? Would it be before the testimonies? Yeah.
What if well I don't know if this would make sense, but or I mean I know
Mm-hmm.
it would make sense technically because this happened before, but I know I immediately thought about uh the prayer week that we had where um we would go into a time of worship and then someone would I don't remember if it actually went this way. I could be making this up, but
Mm-hmm.
we went to a time of prayer and then we had a little bit of worship after that, and then we went back into a time of prayer and then back into worship. Like it was kind of like back and forth. What if it was something like I don't know if it went that way or if that would even be helpful, but um what if it was something like that? Like we would go into a time of worship and then someone would share their testimony and then we could transition into a time of worship again and then someone else, you see what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know. Yeah.
So it'd be like worship, testimony, worship, and then what was the last thing? Sorry, after the second worship?
Well, if there was another, because I like if we're doing like an age, if we can, like we'd have someone from Ascend share their testimony if they wanted to
Mm-hmm.
volunteer. One of the older generation share their testimony, and then a teen share their testimony, like three different testimonies and um three worship songs, or
Mm-hmm.
however the Holy Spirit decides with that. But
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like what Kayla's talking about. It's like kind of like prayer room style, where
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
it's
yeah.
consistent worship, and then whenever that's how we did prayer week. We did it prayer room style, which is like, I mean, obviously it was scheduled and like scripted out and everything, but um, it was that vibe of just consistent worship the whole time, and then there was a person obviously leading. Okay, you can go in now, and you can go in, like
Mm-hmm.
your turn now. It's kind of like prayer room style, which I think it would be cool too,
Yeah.
so people can still
Yeah.
consistently be engaged.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I like that idea. Does What about anybody else? What do you guys think about that idea that Kayla had suggested?
A lot of people in the chat, Gabby, just let know you say you can't read it.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
uh,
Yeah, guys, I
yeah, a
can't
lot
see
of
the
people are
chat.
liking it, the idea too.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry, I can't see
You're
it.
welcome. You're fine.
So Okay, let me just put like worship. Let's do like testimony 1, worship. How many testimonies would you guys like to see, or like how many people to share the testimony? Because it'd be like less, let's say like 2 minutes, 3 minutes of their testimony, I would say.
For the sake of the gathering people,
Mm-hmm.
like I would say maybe 2 or maybe 3, like at most, a boy, girl, boy, or boy, girl, girl, girl.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just so that we have can hear from the different types of genders, and people can really just resonate with what's being said and shared.
Okay. Okay. So we'll have like something like this, like do worship, oops, testimony 1, worship again, testimony, worship, and then we'll have the last testimony. Let me delete this. What about afterwards? What about once we're done with the third testimony?
Is there gonna be like a opportunity for like prayer at all?
Yeah, we can incorporate that for sure. Maybe.
Also, will we be having like a small word from Carlos? I think
Yeah,
that's what
we
he's.
would. Mhm.
Okay, so where would that be after testimony 3?
Yeah, I mean, wherever you guys think, like where would you guys want to have it after the third testimony?
I think.
Excuse me, sorry.
Oh no, sorry, I cut you off. I apologize.
No,
I
you're
said that's a
fine
good
with it.
idea.
Have Carlos?
Yeah, after testimony. I mean, after testimony 3.
Okay, I'll just put Carlos's name. Oops. Okay. How is that looking so far? What do you guys think so far? Up until Pastor Carlos.
Um, for the first testimony and second, for the third one, can it be like the speaker, like himself, or whether that's like Pastor Carlos? He could just share like his own testimony too, and that will kind of flow that will kind of like flow into his word. Like I think that would be also great.
Yeah, like you mean like from the third worship, which would be like the testimony 3, but it'd be Carlos sharing his testimony and then going
Yes,
into the preaching.
exactly.
Okay. Yeah, what do you guys think about that?
I like
That's a
that.
great idea.
Okay.
Great idea.
Okay. Okay, guys. Sorry, we're running out of time. I think I might have to send another link. Sorry. Pastor Carlos, we'll put testimony 3. Okay. Okay. After
I can make
slash
a
preaching.
new link, Gabby. Don't worry about it.
Please,
Yeah.
thank you. Okay. So then so we'll tell Pastor Carlos to give his testimony, but then like flow into the preaching. Okay, what about after?
Maybe this could be a good opportunity for prayer. And I don't know if the worship team would still be able to be worshiping, because you know how sometimes like we'll have ministry, well no, every time when we have ministry time, like they'll go into worship for a little bit, and then we'll have that ministry time. I don't know if that would be the time that we would do that. If we're doing that, like I don't know if we're doing prayer, but yeah.
So you're saying like if I understood right, are you saying like after like Pastor Carlos goes up and he does his preaching, we'd go into worship again and then like kind of flow into ministry?
Yeah, kind of something like that.
Okay.
Maybe
Like
Okay.
ministry with worship still going like it is at church. Like they're still singing while people are getting ministered to.
Yeah.
Okay. Play worship and then ministry. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it looks good. What about do you guys want to add anything else? Is there perhaps any other idea? Where would the connection game? I'm kind of curious. Sorry. Where would we add that if we would want to go through with that?
Maybe first
Yeah,
to
I
drop
think
Yeah,
drop the
yeah.
lid, I would say, so people are interested, and then they're like, "Oh, what's that?" And then it's just worship, and we just start worshiping.
Okay.
Exactly.
Do you guys like that idea, having the connection slash the game like before we start like worship?
yes, I agree.
I think that's a good idea too. It'll create a good flow.
Okay. Okay. Um, what else? Would you guys like to add anything else or
Yeah, I think like I don't really know as far as like music goes and everything, but like how would that work like outdoors? But I do think like if I'm a stranger walking past and like not only do I see like, a game going on, but I also hear like, like some fire tunes, like Holy of course, but just
Mhm.
like a fire playlist kind of going on like, oh, like what's going on over there? And then it's like boom, like, whoa, where am I at? And then boom. But yeah.
That's good. Yeah, no, for worship, I'm not sure. I think that would be someone else's like area that they would have to work on. But yeah, I mean like
We could have a playlist going.
yeah.
Um, but we could ask if anyone from you guys or the volunteers are down to make a playlist. Go ahead, and we'll just play it if you guys want to. If not, then I mean we already have the Friday night gathering playlist. We can just use that, but if y'all want to update it, someone is actually knows fire tunes, like Gabby says, and like maybe Gabby. I mean, she says she quote like pretty knows the fire tunes, so maybe she can make a playlist.
I would be down. I would be down.
Yeah, so if you want to do that, Gabby, go ahead. You can do that, and we could just play it. We'll make sure, obviously, for telling
Okay.
production to have something to play it off your phone or something.
Okay, sounds good.
Yep.
Okay, so anything else, guys, for at least for the schedule?
Yeah,
Oh,
is there gonna be food and refreshments like, during like social hour, like before all this stuff goes on?
I was just about to ask that.
Okay.
Same here. Um, I'm not sure. Kelly, would you like to join in?
Um, I think it would it A depends on the place, and two, it depends for the budget. It would have to be approved just because we are having so many events back to back, and um, I would suggest what we already have at church, not buy anything that we need to buy more of. So for that example, we can double check on the cotton candy machine, see if we can get that up and rolling again. Um, and if not, we have snow cones. We have popcorn, the popcorn machine. I would suggest that just to keep it, you know, um, very cost effective. Since it would be free and it would be coming out of the church's budget and stuff like that.
Yeah, well,
So
I just the only reason I bring it up and the other people as well is because I feel like food is just one of those things that, attracts like a lot of people regardless of your background or whatever. And more so if it's free food, right? Like at free food, you have music, you have a bunch of, people gathered, like people will be attracted to that. And I feel like be more open to come. I mean, is that possible to maybe make it fit in the budget or, see if that's a possibility?
that's what I'm saying. Like, if we can, it has to be. We can't go too big. It has to stay within what we can do, and that would most likely be what we already have at church, which is the cotton candy, which is the popcorn, which is the snow cone machine. I would
Okay.
prefer to keep it into that because it's just we already have it. We don't have to spend more money than we have to. If anything, it won't be as much if we have to buy more to have more. Um, but we already have it and it's reusable, and whatever we don't use, we can still use it at church. You know what I'm saying? Versus of like buying hot dogs and stuff like that. It's like, oh, if we end up with leftovers, we kind of just spent money for no reason. So I prefer, and I think that's what the church would prefer, since we already have something to offer. We could just use what we already have to offer instead of having to buy and spend more.
So we have less than a minute. I'm gonna stop sharing. Kelly, did you send the link?
Yes, I did on Slack,
Okay. So
but just in
if
case.
okay, like, but will it stop or no? Like, I don't know how this works. Like the Zoom meeting, will it stop?
Yes, if this one is via free, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So then yes, it would be like within the 2 hours, correct, Kelly? Like approximately.
Yeah, like for this structure that's
Yeah.
structurally provided, yes, I think we can print
Okay.
all that within the 2 hours. That'd be great. If we need more, obviously, just so for the sake to hang out and stuff and really connect with people,
Yeah.
then we'll add that.
Okay.
But for what you guys are providing for structure, yeah, I think 2 hours would be good.
Okay. Okay, great. So starting with the connection game, how long would you guys want to do this for? Connection slash the game. We could do like 45 minutes, we could do to an hour. What do you
45
guys
minutes.
suggest? Approximately 45 minutes?
Yeah,
45 minutes is good.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so worship time. So the first worship. So how long would you guys want to do that? Because again, we do have the testimonies in between.
I think maybe like 3 songs maybe, and after each song, like I mean depending on like the flow and just like Holy Spirit kind of like leading whoever's giving their testimony. I think maybe
Mhm.
like after first song, boom, testimony, then da 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 da, and we go back into worship, and then boom, like second testimony, then like the third song, and then that's when we kind of like get into like the flow of like oh well yeah, Pastor Carlos, his testimony, and then the
Mhm.
preaching, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I like that idea. Like one song for each of these worship slots we have.
Mm-hmm. One song.
I agree.
So one song is a total of maybe of like 5 minutes.
5 minutes
Okay.
each.
Yeah,
Okay.
typically.
Okay. One song. Sorry.
And the
Give me one
testimonies, yeah, I like whoever brought up prayer week. I think, yeah, I don't know how long the testimonies were for prayer week, but I think keeping them relatively short
Mm-hmm.
would be nice. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. So we could say approximately like for a testimony, maybe like 2-3 minutes, or is that too long?
No,
Maybe
that's
2
perfect. 3
minutes.
minutes is perfect.
2 minutes and a half?
Yeah, for prayer week we were allowed to pray for 5 minutes.
5,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Somewhere between, yeah, like 4, then 3, 4. I don't know.
Okay.
Obviously, we can be
Well,
flexible depending on the testimony the person has.
right. So we'll say maybe max 5 minutes,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, it should
anywhere,
be no
like
more than 5.
okay. Oops. 5 minutes. Testimony, 5 minutes. Okay. And then the third one obviously would be Carlos's, and then he'd flow into the preaching. So then that gives us 45, 50, 55, 1 hour, hour 5, hour and 10. How long would the preaching be, Kelly? Approximately, like would it be short?
Yeah, usually Carlos, when his evangelistical events, he usually does like 15 minutes.
Okay.
So probably like 20 minutes with his 5 minutes of testimony.
Mm.
Okay.
Brings us to an
So
hour 30.
yeah, and then
It's pretty
worship and
good.
ministry. Yeah.
Yeah, and then that the last bit, after the last 30 minutes can be just worship and ministry.
Okay. And then that's 2 hours right there.
Yep.
So, two MJ's point, would we be able to like obviously hang out after, right, during ministry, but then would we be able to come maybe like an hour, 2 hour early just to, socialize and
For sure.
like get as many people around as possible?
For sure. Yeah. So yeah,
Okay.
we could definitely do that. Just let us know how, again, if you guys are thinking maybe you guys want to hang out for like 2 hours before the actual, I guess we can call this part like the service, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let's let us know because again, like we sometimes depending what we're booking and what locations they actually do by the day, some of them actually do by the hour. So that's
Okay.
why we kind of need this how many if you guys want to come in before to connect before you even do the connection game, like how much time do you guys want before that? So we can have that. And how much you guys want to stay after.
Okay, I guess I'm confused on the like whole location thing. I thought it was gonna be like a public space.
Um, I mean it's intended to be in like in a park, something like that. I mean, but obviously
Okay.
to be able to host like an event, you actually have the permission. We can't just roll up with
Gotcha.
our cool
Right.
stuff.
100 people.
And yeah, so we have to that's why we have to reserve things just because we are showing up with things and
Gotcha.
plans and we don't want to we want to do it by the law and stuff. So we're trying to a lot of things. Again, Gabby will share all the ones we've tried and it's getting a little hard, but we'll share more about that in a few minutes.
Okay.
Question.
Mhm.
So the 2 hours, that's aside from like the preparation of like the whole thing, right? Like the whole like production team, like setting up and all that, for the worship and for the music, the mics and all that. That's aside from that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we would most like we would come earlier to help set up whatever we need to do, prep, depending on the location, of course. But we would share that information as we get closer to the date, most likely. Right now we're just like I said earlier, we don't necessarily have a location still to be determined. So yeah, but we would share all the information as to like when we would need all the volunteers to be there to help prep and all the other details as well.
Yeah, perfect.
I
And
have
I
a
think
question.
even when we prep, sorry, just last thing, even when even when we prep, I think even if we all don't need to help, we can still be mingling and connecting with people regardless. Because people are gonna ask us like, hey, like, what are you guys doing? Like, what are you guys setting up for?
Yeah.
Like, oh, glad you asked. So I think even if we're not scheduled to prep and help production per se, we can all still show up and treat people and get people to come back and hey, like come back at 5 or whatever, come back at 6, and we're gonna have all this set up just for you, things like that. I think it's a good idea.
Okay. So I guess that would be the schedule that we would like. So okay, so for the next point, would be evangelism. So
Oh wait,
I put
sorry.
yes.
One
Go ahead.
question. What time would do we think that should start? Like 6, 7?
From what I
Great question.
know, I mean, again, like because of the location, depending,
Okay.
whether if it's hourly, whether it's, we can reserve it all day without having to pay hourly.
Mm-hmm.
But I know like Katie had mentioned like maybe they're trying to aim around 2 p.m., but again, it all depends on the
Oh,
location.
okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
so it would be earlier in the after, like it would be earlier than the evening. So, but
Yeah.
again, we would share that information with you guys once we know the location and stuff.
Okay,
Any,
sorry. Before we
yeah,
go,
go ahead.
one last thing. So the 2
Mhm.
p.m. the aim to start time. If I'm
Yes, I think so. Yeah. Mhm.
okay, cool. So when you have more details, will you let us know a more firm time for setup so we can?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But
Well,
just keep in mind, guys, just reserve the whole day
yeah.
of we're gonna be busy all day.
Right.
FYI.
We just want to be sure to arrive at
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, cool.
Okay. Any more questions, guys?
I don't know if this question actually even applies right now, but do you think that there will be that we'll have an opportunity for, you know how like we'll do intercession before ascend typically.
Mm.
Do you think we're going to do that this time for this too? Or just prayer points before, like you know, like how they sing on the Slack. I don't know.
Do
But
you mean like the
yeah, no, sorry. Like how we'll meet and do
Like a
intercession for
pre-huddle,
like
a
yeah,
pre-intercession
like
thing.
a pre-huddle, pre-intercession
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Are we doing that at all?
If you guys want to,
yeah.
I think it would be great. I think it would be beautiful for people to see how we prep the atmosphere for people to come in and be welcomed.
Yeah. And will we be fasting too?
Gabby, I don't know.
Yeah, I would say yes. I would say prepare. I don't know the details yet, but yes, I would say yes.
Would you want to go over that real quick of how many days you guys would want to fast?
Well, I like I said, I don't know exactly. I haven't really put too much thought into it. I mean, I would have to also talk to like our leaders, you know.
They're gonna tell you whatever you guys want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally.
We should discuss it
Okay.
now. We have the people on the floor.
Yeah, let's would
Should
you
we
guys
let Gabby go through the slides that she prepared first? She kind of like she has an order to what she has prepared.
we could, if that's okay with you guys, we could talk about that right after once like we get to the questions slide. If that's okay, I'll have that down already so we can talk about that. Okay. Any more questions?
Yes, actually. The last song for worship, will that be like a constant song playing while pastor is giving out his word and while the ministry is going on?
I think so. I think just to keep the vibe, the same thing going. Or,
Exactly.
well, I think hold on. I'm sorry. Let me put my worship hat on. So I'm trying to think like, what if how would I feel being up there all that time? I think it would be probably ideal to give them a small break when pastor is preaching, and they can have like just maybe the piano just playing in the background instead of like the full band playing. So at least the majority of the team can get a rest. Mainly the drummer, because the drummer really, the one doing the most exercise up there. So I think it would be nice if they got like that 20-minute break to just, well, that 15-minute, because 5 minutes is for his testimony, but that 15-minute break for them to like be able to replenish, recenter themselves, take some water, and then so they can, because they're gonna go hard for 30 minutes. So it'll be ideal. Maybe just have just some piano in the background, some soft music while he's preaching, and then they can go hard again.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Hello? Oh. So, are we going to have someone, because I know we have the connection game, so I don't know, will we have someone like open before worship the way like we do with Ascend when someone does announcements and like, hey guys, welcome to Ascend, yada yada yada. Will we have that before the worship, I guess, kind of like someone just like welcoming them, and like for those who don't know us, we go to King of the Nations, we don't just do one-time events, we have Sunday service, this and that, but I don't know, are we gonna have that?
Yeah, actually that's a good point.
I think you did great. I think you should do it.
Girl,
I was gonna say she sound real good.
I said, dang, like that's some girl script right there.
Let me mute real quick.
No, girl, you keep talking. That was really good. I felt motivated.
Yeah, no, that's a really good point. Yeah, I mean, where would you guys want to incorporate that though? Like, would it be like after connection?
Yeah.
before
Well,
connection.
yeah, I was thinking just after, so that way it could just flow straight into worship. So it's not like awkwardly, like whoever's singing, they just start singing and everybody's like, oh, okay, she's singing now, you know? It's kind of like an introduction of who we are. And then that way everybody focus their attention on what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah, put Kat down as the host.
Yeah,
LOL.
put Kat as them.
Amen.
Girl,
Amen.
Yeah,
Number one.
I like the point that she made in a sense of like mentioning who we are, mentioning that we don't just do this. And I think it would be a good idea to mention that in the beginning and also at the end, because since it's going to be an outdoor event, people are going to be coming in and out. And so sometimes the people that we're going to have when we start might not be the same group of we're going to have towards the end. And so I think mentioning it when you're transitioning into worship, but also mentioning it maybe after the word, like maybe even Carlos mentioning it, it would also be a good idea, just because, you know, just so everybody knows, as many people as possible can know that.
Yeah, that's really good.
I think that's good. Maybe even like having a poster. Yeah, I know how budget wise we don't have to like print a poster, but we got some people who know how to write and draw. We can make hand posters like follow us, we are Ascend. This is who we are. Kind of like post it around so like people can see that visually as they come in.
Like a QR code type of thing with, I think it would be nice to have like an info table. Like someone that's consistently at this place. Well, not we could take rotations, right? But like a station that's specifically to inform, to register people. Like, hey, like if you sign up, like you're consistently, you're gonna get emails, you're gonna stay informed, stay connected, yada yada yada. So maybe
Like
having
a
like
fresh start, pretty much.
Not really. It's more of like
a
place
registration table.
Like like a
Okay.
registration table, like they can come and like, oh, what are you guys doing here? It's like, oh, here you go. And it can serve as a.
Okay, sorry guys.
There we go. But yeah. So I don't know what you guys think of having like an info table. Not really much of like a registration, because we're not gonna force them to register. But maybe like an info table that has all our stuff, QR codes to whatever. But I think would still be smart to have like the fresh start table like aside, just so we can make sure we follow up with the ones who get deliverance, who get freedom, who gets accepted Christ for the first time. That would be great to have that information, so we can have fresh start on another side.
Question. Wait, can we already use like the existing signs that we already have that we use on Friday gatherings too as well, or I'll just have someone bring that up?
Oh, for sure, we can definitely use those.
Okay. Any more questions, guys? Going once, going twice. Okay. So for our next slide is gonna be evangelism. So
wait, I don't think you're sharing your screen anymore.
Wait, what? I'm over here talking to myself. You just didn't say anything.
It's because when the recording stopped, your screen stopped.
You're so right. Awkward. Okay, like that. Okay, so evangelism. Start again. Evangelism. So okay, so I provided a verse that is found in Mark 16:15 that says, "He said to them, go into all the world and preach the gospel to all creation." So this right here is proof that we as believers, right, who know Jesus, right, like we are called to go out and preach the good news, right, and speak the truth to people, right, and spread the gospel to people, right. And so I was thinking, like, what Diana was with her question, right, and what I had briefly talked about. What do you guys think about if we go out and evangelize, like all volunteers?
I think that's 100% fire. I think that's like actually, in my own opinion, I think that's very needed because This is like an outreach. So as opposed to it just being like, oh, church like outside, no, it's like bigger than that. It's actually like bringing church to the people, like bringing Jesus to people. So I think
Yeah.
even people who literally have never been to KOTN or have never been to Ascend, like not just focusing on, oh, hey guys, who like hey to everybody who always comes to Ascend, but no, hey, like stranger, like this is what we have going on. So I think that's very, very essential in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, even just to add on to that, I wanted to suggest, maybe what if we go out, like perhaps maybe not a lot of us have gone out and evangelized, and maybe this might be our first time, right? Going out and evangelizing. But maybe like we could structure that, like how if we are to go out and evangelize, how would that look like? Will we go into like different parts of, like, let's say like Gaithersburg, um or like that, like how would you guys like to see that structured when we do go out and evangelize?
I would say definitely like, oh, sorry, go.
No, it's okay, you could go.
I was gonna say definitely like like public places like Rios, I feel like would be a good place. I would say
Mhm.
bus stops because that's when people are just waiting there and like have time. But like definitely like public places like Rio comes to mind right now, but I don't know. Like yeah.
Okay, let me put down like Rio, Gaithersburg. Um,
She also said bus stops. I think bus stops are a
bus
good
stops?
idea.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Do you guys have any other ideas of where we could go out as well, like to any public area where we could go out and evangelize as well?
So I don't have a specific place, but I have seen this like trend going on where you like write sticky notes and you stick them around like everywhere you go.
Oh, okay. Like they're mainly seen in like stores,
Like
right? Like
gas
where people,
stations,
uh-huh.
store, yeah, like bathrooms, stuff like that, like obviously local, but I found
Mm-hmm.
like that was like really cute, it doesn't have to be so much, but we can like like individually like do it and just go out and stuff. I love that. I'm about to do that here in Frederick.
Okay. What let me see, like I'll just put cards. Like I don't know, like place them um in people's like cars. No, I like, yeah. Sorry guys, keep talking. Sorry. I just need to go get a charger real quick. But what else would you guys like to see?
Hold up. Is this wait, is this taking place like the same day that we doing the outreach, or this is like is what
No,
different?
I'm
Okay.
assuming this is taking place beforehand, right? To advertise what's going on ahead of time.
Yes. Yes.
And how many days like are we going out like or like before the event?
Oh, a
What was the
week, two
question?
weeks, maybe.
Or like how many days like are we going out like before the event like to evangelize?
Um, I mean, I was just thinking maybe like the day before, but we can even start sooner than that if you guys would like to.
I think the sooner than that because people make their plans ahead of time. It's on a
Yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, what are you guys thinking of group, like having like two groups? A group that goes out one day and another group goes out another day.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
like we
good.
can make sure we're
Yeah, that's
covering a lot
good.
of ground, but also with time because we all have
Yeah.
different schedules.
Right. That's a
Okay.
really good idea. Yeah, we could have one like a week ahead of time and one maybe
Yeah.
that morning or the day before.
Yeah. Yeah, I can even create like a docs, or yeah, where people could like sign up, and
It's good.
and you could choose either day, and then yeah. Um um
I don't know if you guys
let's
want to do maybe like all the guys go and then all the girls go, just like I don't know, so we can if you want to, or if you guys want to just mix. It was nice, to have some
Um,
bro time and some sister time. You know what I'm saying? I'm down
That
for
would
some
be
girl time.
fun.
I
That'd be
do
fun. Yeah, sure.
I do
I don't
think
know.
that like because I know like sometimes when like I'll say like one instance like when I was like when some friends and I were at IHOP, it was just like us, a group of girls, and we had told like this guy, hey, like you should just come to like church or ascend. It was actually like from a sin gathering like months ago. And I think he and his friends thought we were like, like trying to like ooh, like
Gabby, your laugh.
like
You're
trying to
funny.
like flirt or something. It definitely wasn't that. So I don't know. I think that's like my only thing that that was one time though. But I just I don't want anybody to be like, oh, like I don't know. Okay, I'm done.
I I agree with Gabby though. I think it should be mixed.
yeah, definitely
Just
mixed.
so that there's variety when we're out there and
Yeah, true.
I feel like it'll be nice.
Also, with the cards, when we do cards, I mean, if some of us want to group up and make them, that would be great content too to get that to be able to promote social media of how we're prepping for the event. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm. Would anybody want to volunteer to create cards, or maybe a group of you guys?
I can help with cards.
I think create a doc, Gabby, where we can sign up.
Okay. Yeah, let me
Because
put some in.
there's also other people
Okay. Yeah.
that I volunteers to be, just because there's still a lot of people missing,
Yeah.
so they can be able to sign up too and know what's going on.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll create that docs as well. Anything else with evangelism? Like we can go out like and within those groups, we can also go out in like pairs of two. What do you guys think about that?
I think that's a good idea, only
Like,
because I feel like people get intimidated when they see like 3 or 4 group of people coming towards them and they're just talking at the same time, and then they're not letting maybe the other person a little bit.
yeah.
Because I've experienced that going out to evangelize. So I think pairs of two is good. It's like safe, I feel like.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Has anybody here will this be their first time evangelizing? Just out of curiosity.
I've been technically evangelizing before. I just never actually. I don't know if I should be saying this actually. Never mind. Yes, I've been before.
But yeah. So we've all evangelized. That's great.
Mia hasn't. It'll be Mia's
Not me.
Oh, okay. Okay, sorry. I can't see the screen. Like I only see mine. That's why.
Oh, you're right. My bad. My bad.
Okay, give me 1 second. Sorry, I have to charge my phone. Okay. Okay, any other suggestions regarding going out to go evangelize? Do you guys want to pick out the dates of where we could go and evangelize?
I was gonna say just really quickly,
Mm-hmm.
I did just kind of like just now think about like during the connection game, like during the connection time,
Yeah.
maybe I don't know if you guys might think about this, but maybe like the first 45 minutes, maybe a few volunteers could still be evangelizing. Like if they like for example, if we see people who are like, hey, like what's going on over there? And we're that way some people are there to be like, oh yeah, like I can let you know what's going on, and then we can lead them to like, the food, the table, and stuff like that. And then after connection is done, then we can all kind of like go back and like assume position, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sorry, I'm gonna write that down real quick.
So that sounds like maybe we could have specific roles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe we can have a connector role, like
Mm-hmm.
someone that's gonna bridge the gap. Something like that. So we can because everyone should be the majority of us should be involved in the connection game. but it's also smart, like how Gabby's saying, of having specific people assigned to do the specific role.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, how many do you think is a good number, Gabby? Like having 4 people?
I think maybe with Gabby H or Gabby M?
Gabby M, sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I think maybe 4 people, like 2 people can go to a certain area. Like for example, right? Like I don't know, I just envisioning like a park or something. So like not going too far out because we still want to make it back in time. But like, just like on the sidewalk, 2 people go to this corner and like 2 people go to that corner. And I guess the 4 in a group can decide, okay, like we'll take this area, I'll take that area. And we have like the cards still, like maybe like extra cards left over, we can give it to them, or extra flyers, or we decide to do it, or just like, hey, like this is what we have going on, like get free food, like check it out. We also have like this going on, and like kind of thing. So maybe 4. I think 4 is a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah, and I mean those 4 can even, I mean, because we have certain roles in Ascend where it's just like all you do is this one thing. I think maybe if those 4 people are willing, they could do it the entire time of it to just be as, welcoming and open as possible.
I like that idea as well, actually.
Yeah, that's
So
good.
having
I like that
that role
too.
for all day. I mean, not all day, for the whole event.
Or maybe one
I,
rotation.
yeah, I was gonna
Oh,
say
that's
I
another great idea.
personally like having rotations, because so everyone can have a turn to be able to soak, or to be able to connect somebody else, or do something else. So it doesn't feel like they're doing one thing the whole night. But yeah, we can have a rotation of people doing it.
Okay. I already put that on under roles. So with evangelism, are we good with that? Anything else? Did you guys want to quickly pick out maybe like 2 dates? And then we can move
Well,
on
this is
to the
taking place
next.
on a Saturday, right?
Repeat that again one more time, sorry.
This is taking place on a Saturday?
Yes, the outreach is it's gonna be on the Saturday, the last Saturday of July.
The evangelism days can be assigned whoever wants, whatever you guys want.
A question. Since we're doing a roles part, like the day of, like on the 27th.
Hold on, John.
Okay.
We're gonna talk about that after. For the roles, I think we should just get the evangelism part down, and then we can continue on to roles.
Yeah.
Are there
So
particular?
What if we have like maybe it's 2 groups, maybe 4 leaders, two per group?
Okay.
If you guys want to, so it can be just a little bit more easier on deciding. Are there any volunteers to be leaders of these evangelism groups?
I can help. Yeah, I'll be one as well.
Okay, Oscar and Ant.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I had to miss the first half. So leaders for what? Like those who go out?
Yeah. So you and
how's that work?
Yeah, so these 4, there's 2 groups and 2 leaders in each group, and I think you guys can be the ones in charge of putting your dates, and then people can sign up to your dates. Just so it can be easier, because if we all put when we can, it's going to be a lot of us having different days. So you and your co-leader would assign a day, and people can sign up to your day. What?
No, assign a day.
A day? This isn't a whole day event?
No, so when we're gonna go out to go evangelize, it's gonna be outside. It's gonna be 2 separate dates from the event, is what we're saying.
Is this from now on?
No, this would be for the event.
I'm so confused. Okay.
Hold on.
You
over here volunteering and you don't know what you're volunteering
Right, you're
for.
saying yes, I can do something. You have no idea what you're signing up to do.
I'm over here thinking I'm over here thinking this is like on the day of the outreach, and I'm like the leader of a group.
No.
That's what I thought. I'm sorry.
You thought wrong.
Sir, you're probably gonna most likely be playing drums anyways.
Drums outside?
I'm so sorry.
Um,
I should just butt myself out for now.
So would you like to volunteer to be one of the leaders out of the two groups to go out and evangelize?
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
You know what?
So
You know what
just
we
that
could
you
do?
understand, this is evangelizing before the event, like days before.
Okay. What days are we talking?
Yeah, what we could do? Hold
You
on, hold
haven't
on.
gotten there yet.
No,
The
that's what we're
days
trying
that
to
work
figure
for
out.
you.
The
No,
days
no,
that
no.
work for me.
What we could do is, since
Well,
Anthony's going to be busy the day of, he can do the week before, and then me and the other leader can do either the day before or the day of.
Okay. So what do you guys think about like for the 19th and the 26th, which would be the last 2 Fridays of July?
the 19th and the 26th.
Yeah, you would choose either day or yeah.
yeah, I think that's good.
Wait, no, I'm sorry, I can't do a Friday. I could do Saturday. Isn't the event on a Saturday? So I could just do a Saturday, and then say,
You could.
like a week from now.
We can do. Yeah, you can do the Saturday.
Or if
Like Saturday
since
morning.
Anthony will be more busy, that day, I think he should do the week in advance. It's up to you, Anthony, if you want to do a week in advance or if you're fine doing like the day before the event.
I don't know. I think Ed's a lost.
I'm a little lost right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Let's take off Ed because he has no idea
Yeah.
what's going on.
Okay.
Forgive
Okay.
me. Forgive me, guys.
It's okay.
I had to miss the first time. I'm like not busy.
We appreciate your enthusiasm and wanting to jump in, but
Amen.
I know I should have been more wise.
Anybody else would like to volunteer to be one of the leaders?
I volunteer.
who's that?
Gabby M.
Oh,
Okay.
and Diana.
Diana.
I know you're raising your
Yes,
hand.
let's go. Okay,
Diana.
yes.
Okay.
All right, I'm
Diana,
done.
I was waiting for you. I wasn't gonna volunteer you, but I
My
was
bad.
waiting.
Yeah, I would love to.
Yay.
But
Okay.
Oh, all right, I'm done.
Anybody else?
Anyone? Hello? Anyone talking? Oh,
You have
Would
three, so
anybody?
do we need one more?
you need
Yes,
one
we
more
need
guy.
one more.
I think that was all our guys.
I know. I was like, it's okay. We can put this in the chat and have other guys.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. We'll leave it for right now then. And
Yeah.
then we'll offer it
But
up on
for
Slack.
Oscar,
I'll
can you put
volunteer.
who's it there?
Who was that? Sorry.
Kat.
Okay,
Oh,
okay. Okay.
which cat?
Oh,
Yeah.
Kat S.
Oh,
Okay. I see.
Ah.
So if you two are doing it, would you guys do the same day or would you guys do separate days, Oscar and Kat? Because I think if I'm trying to, I want to put for, can you put at, blah, blah, blah. Kelly, get your words together. Right next to Oscar, can you put Saturday? Because he said he can only do it Saturday.
Unless it's like after 7. I mean, I don't know how late you guys want me to be out there. If it's after
That's up to
7,
you.
we're good. I can do Friday, but Saturday I can do any time of day, so I'm just more flexible. Saturday?
I think Saturday is great. I think doing a Saturday is great because a lot of people will be
Okay.
out.
Yeah,
Okay.
especially if we're
And
doing it
the
at
rest,
the location.
yeah. I think everyone else after that can decide. Maybe you guys can
Okay.
do the Friday before, the Thursday before. I don't know. But I like the idea what Gabby said, like the 19th, I think you said, the Friday before
Yeah,
the
that's
event
like
week.
correct.
19th and 26th.
Yeah. So there's the 19th, and then we have the 26th. Actually, quick question, Kelly. Before we even like decide whether or not we do the 19th, we have She Conference the next day, correct? Would we have to set up for She? Yeah.
We do. We do. We have set up
UFC
the
night.
19th.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, we
dang
will
it.
have set up.
Mm,
So, uh, I mean, again, you guys can do it. You guys don't have to do it Friday night. You guys can do it within the week and the evening. I mean, it is summer. A lot of people will be out.
Mm-hmm.
You still have Saturday daytime before She Night, so the 20th, because the She Night will be at night, so you wouldn't have to be at church until like 5 for
Oh,
the
okay.
ladies. Yeah.
Or yeah,
Mhm.
what do you guys think? We could just do Saturday, the day of the event, which would be that Saturday, and then the Saturday before. It would be like morning
I
time,
think
like morning. Mm-hmm.
I think to Kelly's point, like last minute, like the same Saturday is kind of like maybe even the day before I think would be better
Okay.
than the day of.
Yeah, so maybe Friday
Um,
night at like
maybe
6,
yeah,
you guys can start
right, and then the
from 6
Saturday
and on.
before.
And then the 20th.
Yeah.
Okay.
So since you guys have She Night, I mean, I can definitely do the 20th.
All the guys can go evangelize while we're at
Yeah,
Sheena.
right.
Yeah.
We'll just have all of us out there.
We have planned y'all hang out for that day. Go evangelize.
Okay. And then what would be the next date again? Sorry, would the 26th, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
26th night, yeah.
Okay, so then would I put all the girls as the 26th then? Because of She Night, or
Unless someone's gonna come partner up with Oscar. The 20th during the day.
Hello?
mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. I can't the 26th.
You can't?
No, I can't.
Okay. Did you want to do the 20th with Oscar then?
I guess I'll do it with him, yeah.
Okay.
I
Yes.
guess.
It's Gabby's
I don't know.
birthday that day. I can't. I'm sorry.
Hey,
That's
real
true.
one.
Hey, that's a real one. That you know what? None
Mhm.
of us can do it on the 26th, actually.
I don't know if I want
Yeah,
that energy with
we all
me.
got a party to go to.
We got a party. We got a party till our pants fall off. We gotta go crazy for Gabby.
Period.
Okay. And then Gabby and Diana, are you guys okay doing the 26th?
Yes.
Yes. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
Just
say
as long as I'm not invited to the party.
Okay. So then we have our leaders, and then I'll create the decks for
People
to
to
go
sign up.
out. So you guys, yeah, so people can sign up to go and evangelize on either day. Anything else for evangelism?
We appreciate you guys for holding out for this
Yeah.
long meeting.
Yeah, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
For the groups that we'll have like during or like day of,
Mm-hmm.
how many people are we thinking like total should be in those groups?
For the day. What do you mean by the day of?
Like you see where we have like separate groups. Or no, sorry, the 4 leaders, 2 per group for the day of. Like some at the beginning of the service, some during the service, some towards the end, or however we
Oh
want
no,
to separate it.
we're not evangelizing the day of. We're just having we're gonna have a specific role of people that's gonna
Okay.
be around the area of like of
Yeah.
of the park per se. To making
Okay.
sure
So
like
yeah, I
people who
wasn't
are
asking about yeah, I was asking more about how many people per shift would we want on that? 4?
for the day of, like the people that are gonna be like the connectors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it would be 4. Gabby said 4 would be great.
Okay.
Okay. Any last minute for evangelism? No? Okay. So let's go on to the next point, for roles. So we already talked about doing having the 4 connectors, which would be during the entire event. what other roles would you guys like to see there? I'm recording. Okay.
So we did mention earlier about having an info table, so we would probably have like info table people, like two.
Okay.
And we kind of need like ministry and then people to assist ministry.
And definitely social media.
Gabby.
We'll probably need production for the sound. That'll be it though, most likely.
The production admin has spoken.
The snow cones and popcorn and stuff like that.
Yeah, food stations.
Okay.
Fresh start.
Okay, what else?
Fresh start.
It's already there.
What happened? Or we just got it. Okay, never mind.
I'm trying to imagine. I'm trying to visualize the schedule and then trying to see what else is needed.
What about greeters, just in general, with like posters?
Oh, yes,
Yes.
greeters with what is it, like sign? What is the role again? Like is that poster
Sign
like
holders?
holder? Yes, sign holders. Thank you. What's wrong, Gabby?
Because
It's just like, who said fresh start?
It's the other ants.
Okay. All right. Anybody else? Any other roles?
should we have I mean we will be out like in all open, so should we have maybe a few, or if not all people, just like be aware like of your surroundings, so just be like watchful of like other people, and not everybody will have their right of mind of just trying to do something, so just be watchful.
He said we need security.
Yes.
I like
yes,
how
security.
everyone said security.
Danny's on security. He got it.
They put my husband on security.
Yeah, I mean, how?
Hey, listen.
Huh?
I know. I was gonna say also, I'm sure like this happens. Well, I'm actually not sure because I'm a new volunteer. So as far as just like interceding, throughout the event, I know I'm sure like outside, there's definitely gonna be just things like looming in the air, if you know what I mean. So I would say, I guess like interceding like the whole time. I'm not sure if that really would fit into like roles per se, but I just thought of that when it came to like security, like spiritual security, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I don't know.
That's fire, Gabby. I'm not gonna lie.
You guys are fire. Stop.
Nah, girl, you are.
That's a great prayer point too, even for like pre-huddle and stuff like that. Because principalities and stuff,
Yeah.
praying against those and any type of demonic forces trying to.
So what I'm hearing is Kayla is going to be our intercession leader for that day, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
That's great.
No, that's right.
You can put their intercession leader, Kayla.
Come on.
What else? ¿Qué más? What else will we need?
Also, did we already say like the person who's like announcing? We're doing announcements, right? Or like somebody to say, hey, like, welcome to like, Ascend, this is what we have going on. We also do this, not just like, this, if that makes sense.
I mean, we all kind of voted Cat, but
Yeah, I thought it was Cat. Where's she at? She's still in here.
Yeah, it's Cat.
I'm still thinking about it.
I was just thinking about it.
Yes, Cat.
Thank you. More.
But while she thinks about it, is there anyone that wants to volunteer? Feel free to volunteer if you want to do it.
And what pre-huddle, Kayla?
Well, yeah, she don't have a choice. It's like
Yeah, put it down, Gabby, that Kayla's
Like,
gonna be leading intercession. She's the intercession leader.
Amen.
yeah.
Intercession. Is this how you spell it? Intercession? Yeah.
I think it's 2C.
It's
No?
I
there's
think
a
there's a
C.
C in
Right?
there.
The
Right?
first
No,
S should be a
no,
C.
no.
The first S is a C. No. Yeah, CESS, and then
Oh,
I.
okay, I got it. Yeah.
That's how you know she meant for this, because she knows how to
For
spell it.
Oh
real.
no.
Yeah, 'cause I mess it up all the time.
Wait. No.
Mm, okay. What else? What other roles? What other positions do we need? Um,
I think for the security part, because I know a lot of people mentioned that. I think
security.
we can just have I think that can just be an expectation for the night for we're all responsible for this, right? It doesn't necessarily mean like we need to have our man be watchful necessarily, but I mean we could all have pray for our spiritual eyes to be open, not only for the spiritual realm but for the physical one too. You know what I'm saying? So I think
That's
that
very
can just be
true.
more of an expectation for the night, that we're all going to be watchmen in not watchful and only in the spirit, but also in the physical. So if we see something, obviously say something.
Yeah.
Obviously, don't operate out of fear and anxiety, but operate at the point from the spirit. And letting anyone know, like in the A team, our leaders, and saying, okay, like I'm seeing this, I'm feeling like this person's a little, just mention it.
That's a good point, Kelly. Yeah, safety is number one priority.
Yeah. Because it is true, guys. Like I don't like again. I don't, it's not out of fear, but a lot of people are against us now. It's coming to us. It's the reality where our country's at now. So there is going to be people that are going to say like, "Oh, boo, you suck," or whatever, or try to go against what's rising up. We're trying to raise up our banner of Jesus. So we can all be watchful in that sense.
okay. Okay. That's good. All right. Anything else for roles? Are we missing anything? Are we doing registration table as well, or would that be part of the info table?
Yeah, that'd be part of the info table.
Okay.
Because we're not going to force anyone to sign up, but
yeah,
we'll try to get them to sign up.
Okay. And then who are going to be leading the games? Would that be like whoever would be doing the announcements? Would they be the one leading the games? Or
I think if just for it to be smooth, I think it would be good to just have that person do it.
Okay.
I like how we've done it once with She. That one of the announcers was one of the people that did lead the games and knew about the games. I think it's just way more smoother that way. It doesn't feel like, now there's other new set of people and then we gotta wait on, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Would it be
I think
possible?
it could be a smooth transition.
Would it be possible as well, like because the connection game would be before, like the host will come and introduce everything about like our church and who we are and everything. Would it be possible to like, because I know for She Night we'll have two, right, that lead the game. Like, would that be possible to do?
Yeah, I think we should have a second person help me out.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe we could do like two people for. I don't know. We could do
I
like
think
for
the
game.
game, like it should be a second person. But I'll do the
so these two
announcements.
people. Yeah, so
Okay.
exactly, like Kat can come in and be like, "Hey guys," what she said, because what she said was great.
Wait,
and
do
then
I start with the announcement first and then we get into the game, or do I do the
no,
announcements when before worship starts?
I think before the worship starts.
Okay,
So I think you
so
would just say like
yeah.
we can talk about that later. We can create the script after,
Okay.
another day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
help me.
Yeah.
Okay. Where was I? Okay, so who else would want to volunteer to lead the game with Kat?
Excuse me, somebody.
Let's if there's no one here, it's okay. We could still have that as a part of the sign up thing. Like
Okay.
the sign up doc that we have. Someone can sign up. Again, remember guys, we're only 12 of us here.
Okay.
It's 50 of us.
Okay, no worries. Okay, I think that would be pretty much for all the roles.
Yeah, I think it's good.
Okay. And then lastly, did you guys want to do expectations, or do we could just leave it there and we can continue to add to it as we go? If you guys want to do that.
But I think for anything of expectation where you guys are feeling spiritually, then you guys can communicate that to Gabby. Text her, tell her what you're feeling.
Okay. Any questions?
One question. Yeah, are we gonna have, or when's the next meeting? We definitely need one.
For this event?
Yeah,
we need
yeah.
to have a
Yeah.
follow up.
Yeah. What I think I'm not I was also thinking the same thing. I'm not sure exactly. But I'll let you know. I will let you guys know maybe like this week as soon as possible before Friday, regarding the next meeting. But it would definitely be before once we start going to go and evangelize. So I would say just keep a lookout during like I don't know, maybe like either next week or like 2 weeks from now, once like we start, like once we have a location, and we have other details as well. So just keep a lookout on Slack as well. If you have any questions, like don't hesitate to reach out as well. But just keep a lookout for the next meeting as well. Okay.
Okay. Another quick thing. I think just for everybody's sake, right? The people who also aren't here, but also the people who are here, I think giving all this information out to the like Ascend Slack would be a good idea so that everybody can kind of look things over and like maybe make an announcement that these things aren't finalized. So if anyone has any ideas, they can always, put them out.
Yeah. I'm gonna share the slides, and I'm gonna share the recordings that we have. So everybody who wasn't able to come today, like they'll be up to date with the information and all of your guys' ideas as well.
Okay.
Yeah, we can have to create a one big document where it has all of this basically, where it should be all in one place, so we can consistently come and look at.
Do you mind sharing the locations, like the proposed locations?
Oh yes. Okay. So let me pull that up real quick. Sorry, give me 1 second. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm pulling it up right now. Okay, so the following locations that we have reached out and been able to get a response is from this one place called GW Music Pavilion that's located in Montgomery Village. Another place is Kentlands Green. It's like this like field that they have outside of this big mansion. We've also reached out to Rio Gaithersburg, so like near the church. Another one, it was called Main Street and Park Pavilion, also located in Gaithersburg. This one was near Gaithersburg High School. The other one is the South Germantown Recreation Park and Borough Park. So in total, 6 places. But I can also send that out in the group chat so you guys can see what locations we reached out to.
And these are the locations that have already said yes, or these are just the pending locations?
So as of right now, everyone's unavailable. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions?
Yeah. So this is like the first thing that needs to get addressed, right? Is the location before we can really guarantee the other stuff.
Uh, yeah, I mean, all of this was basically just to summarize everything that we would want to do in the event, and then once we get the location, we'll basically plug whatever we have into that schedule. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions?
So I just want to verify. So
Mm-hmm.
they're not available. So is there an alternative, or should we keep on looking for other locations?
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, if you guys have any other suggestions, then yes, like, if you could please send the information as soon as possible, because we are like about 40 days away. And so a lot of these places will need like us to have, to submit an application, a description of what the event is. A lot of places may not, depending on the location as well, because we need, like they will need to know more information about what we're doing and why we're doing it type of thing, and so sometimes that approval will need to go through the city, so it depends on location. It will depend on the process time. So yeah, so if you do have any other suggestions regarding a location located in Gaithersburg or like Montgomery County, like just send us a text message, or just let like you can just text us through Slack as well. But like I said, like I'll also share that information where we have contacted them, and I'll share that with Slack. Any other
Thank you.
questions? Mm-hmm. And just to confirm with everybody, so I'm creating docs for the sign up sheet to evangelize on the 2 separate dates. Am I creating another doc for anywhere else? Sorry.
For the roles for the day of, connector roles for the shifts.
Okay.
No, we can assign those. We don't have to have people sign up. We can send send those roles out.
Okay.
Okay.
For roles, yeah, we will assign those. Yeah, I'm trying to remember too. Like there was one more thing that for them to someone to sign up to be the other MC.
Okay. Okay. Anything else? I feel like we're missing one more. I don't know why I feel like we are.
Oh, for the ones who want to give their testimony.
Oh
yes.
yeah. Big one.
The ones who want to give their testimony of salvation.
Okay, testimony sign up.
Oh, one more thing. The game sheet. Are we like doing those too, or are we printing them out somewhere?
The game?
Yeah, because are we doing like human bingo or something like that?
So we'll have like maybe like a printout for the MC, so they have a prompt, but we won't like print stuff out for people to have, because that would be a lot.
Yeah,
because we don't know how many people we'd have and everything. So we'll have prompts that we can speak into the mic or something like that.
Okay. Did you guys want to do you guys want to do human bingo for the connection game, or did you guys want to do something else?
I think something else. I mean, we can just keep it open for now. Maybe make that like a poll or something in Slack.
Okay, I'll create a sign up, like a doc for that, so people can put their ideas, and then the next meeting we have, we can come to a decision and finalize like that.
Okay.
We can do that.
Connection game. There can be like a connection game, like committee type of thing, like for
Mm.
a couple of people that want to get together and just plan what the game
Okay.
time would look like instead
Yeah,
of just
yeah.
having everyone trying to say what they want to say. It's just
Okay,
easier if
okay.
we assign like a specific group of people that would want to be in charge of that, and then we all
Okay.
just cooperate and play along.
Okay. Sounds good. And then anything else? Any other sign up sheets that I should create or any other links? Oh, the expectations. Should they send that to me or should I create like a Word doc for that so people can like have access and edit it?
No, I think it should be fine. I
Okay.
think if people approach it with questions, we can create expectations.
Okay. All right, that's fine. Anything else?
I think we can close it up, Gabby, because it's
Okay.
9 o'clock and we should
Yeah.
respect the time. And if anyone else
Okay.
has questions, they can just approach you.
Okay. All right then. Okay then. So that's it for this meeting. Thank you guys again so much for joining and taking the time. I know it was a really long meeting, but I appreciate and honor your time for joining and also giving your ideas, you know. So, but yeah, I hope you guys all have a good night, okay? If you guys have any more questions, please reach out to me, okay?
Thank you,
Thanks,
Gabby.
Gabby.
All right.
You're the
Thank you,
best.
Gabby. Love
You're
you.
doing
Thank you,
Bye. Love you.
Gabby, you're doing amazing.
Thanks.
Thanks,
Thank you
bye.
guys.
Bye.
Love you guys.
night.
Bye.